Welcome to the show where it's in your face topics that you can't miss. Now, let's talk about the coronavirus again, because as we can tell, this thing is booming. Meaning it has a lot more. Let's check out the numbers. In Nueces County here, 79 confirmed cases, 0 deaths. Here in Texas, 14 confirmed deaths, over 14,000 deaths. Over 2,500 people have recovered, and 318 deaths. Here in the U.S., over 600,000 confirmed cases, over 50,000 people have recovered, and so far, 27,787 deaths have occurred. This was from Wikipedia. And even worldwide, over 2 million cases have been confirmed, 507,000 have, over 500,000 have been recovered, and over 100,000 deaths have been cited because of this. So today what we're going to do is and so right now the question y'all might be asking is, when is the scurvy going to end? Well, here in the Oasis County, this stay-at-home order is going to be extended throughout 2 weeks until April 30th, and by May 4th, we should be able to see kids going back into school. Because I care about education, and that's what this show covers about, education, because education is the beat, is the bread and butter of all music. I mean, we have to make sure that our children get the best education they can get without any interruptions or any distractions. I was going to have Dr. Freeman come on, but with the rules and regulations, I don't want anything coming back to me. The school board, I don't want the school board finding out about this, all the principals, but if it happens, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a plan for graduation. And if his plan works, maybe what we can do is figure something out. If this plan works, if this graduation plan works, we'll talk to him about it, and then we'll see what it comes up with. I mean, we can probably do an experiment. So those are the latest numbers. So again, if you have the flu, just make sure you stay at home. If you're sick, you call in advance. If you're sick, you call in advance. Make sure to wear masks and gloves often, and make sure you stand 6 feet apart and practice social distancing. I have. As far as I can tell you. And make sure if you do deliver, make sure you look at the sign that says "Leave at doorstep." Here's the thing about deliveries. I mean, I use deliveries all the time, depending on if I'm hungry or not. I mean, if it says "Leave at doorstep," none of them do. As a matter of fact, if we were to do an experiment right now, it would determine that no other delivery services would leave at the doorstep and leave, like a package. You're supposed to leave it at the door, and go. You get the food, leave it at the door, and go. Ring the doorbell, done. It's not rocket science. It's like a UPS. It's like UPS or any other packaging services. But what you really have to do is realize that you can't be able to say, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ring the doorbell and not care about the virus. I mean, if I were to complain to the head of the DoorDash people saying that one of your people is not following that order, there would have been further disciplinary action that I would have suspected. We don't know what type of disciplinary action would be taken if it were to happen. But I can tell you this. Next time, you have to follow the steps. If they're not following that step in protocol, then you gotta ask, why are you guys not following the protocols? If they ain't answer, well, because there's no coronavirus here, I mean, push them further. Rate the order and then have them push it further. We have to practice social distancing. If we don't practice social distancing, then what's probably going to happen here is that everyone else is going to get sick, and the stay-at-home order had to extend, according to Greg Abbott. So please, do me a favor, practice social distancing, and tell your delivery companies that to leave at the doorstep. Otherwise, it will be further disciplinary action. Coming up, Zoombombing. It is the latest trend going on. It happened last week when 4 YouTubers, and I do mean 4 YouTubers were arrested for this. One of them was arrested. We're going to tell you what happened ever since. Plus the other YouTubers who were caught doing this. And I'm going to tell you what Zoombombing means for those of you who don't know what Zoombombing means. That's all coming up. Stay tuned. Now we're going to bring you the latest in a Give Me a Break investigation into Zoombombing. If you don't know what Zoom is, it's a thing that all school districts have been using to communicate with classes. But incidentally, Zoom has been the target of bombers. I'm not talking about like bombs. I mean, I'm not talking about like actual like bombs. I mean, people going on there hacking at other schools and like doing obscene gestures. And what we know so far in this investigation is that 4 people were involved. Jack Doherty, and Dom Tracy to name 3. The 4th one, I don't know. It all started because he and Jack had an idea to go to interrupt classes using Zoom. But what had happened was, in that video, Zach gave Jack the code to the Madison school, which led to Madison School District shutting down the use of Zoom. That sparked me. That sparked me to raise the alarm and to give me a investigation. What does Zoom have to say about all of this? I mean, they're trying everything they can to make sure that no hackers are involved in this. Make sure you have a secure password and make sure that you keep it private. Saying we don't have this going around anymore. Now, in this latest video that Zach's uploaded, he said he was arrested for 3 charges: computer crime in the 5th degree, conspiracy to commit computer crime in the 5th degree, and breach of peace. He was a juvenile. At 17, he is a juvenile. By state Connecticut law, no officers are allowed to speak with any juveniles. And the court dates have all been pushed out because of the virus. So we'll know what happens at the trial. I mean, what is the jury going to say about all of this? I mean, the jury's going to be like, guilty, and then sentence him to probation in community service. He was doing this for. People. He was saying to the officers like he was just doing it for entertainment purposes, and it's like, and then his mom was there, and it's like, I told you. And then all the Madison school districts were shut down because of all this. He shut down the educational process that they were using. And he committed crimes. The crimes that I told you about. I asked Zach if he would come on the show to give me his side of the story. I have not gotten a response. I asked Jack if he would come on the show. I have not gotten a response. I haven't gotten a response. But this article was led to the New York Post and even on the news. The same shit that happened. He was arrested and charged with these crimes. If convicted of these crimes, he could spend a lot of years in prison. But if he was a misdemeanor, then his parents would have to pay fines. We don't know that. I don't know the actual law about this, but I would have to speak with the Connecticut Police Department. But they wouldn't give me any information. So as I said, I asked Zach and Jack Doherty if they would come on to give their side of the story, but I haven't gotten a response. So until that response comes, we're going to keep you up to date in this investigation and stay on the case. But until then, here are some tips for you. If your school district allows you to use Zoom, make sure that you mark your classrooms as private so no one can get in it. Not public, private. Make sure you have a secure password. Capital letters and capital letters, lowercase, and punctuation marks. For punctuation. That way they can understand. That way they can understand. And if these incidents happen to you, then report to your police department, and they'll take action and charge them with these crimes that I told you about. So we up to date. Zax, the YouTuber, has been charged with computer crime of the 5th degree, conspiracy to commit computer crime of the 5th degree, and breach of peace. The court dates have all been pushed back because of the virus. And we're going to know for sure whether he's guilty or not. If it's true, then at 17 he could be going to juvenile. He could be going to juvie. He could be going to the juvenile detention center or jail. But at his age, he's a minor. When he's 18, then the judge will have to think about what to do, like jail time or anything possible. I mean, we don't know if the family. We don't know if the family has hired an attorney to deal with this case. But if they have an attorney to deal with this case, it's like this is what he will tell an attorney, like, oh, he was just doing it for YouTube. I mean, he's a YouTuber. But Jack was his associate, and now we know for sure that 2 people did it. The third person was not, but he lives in New Jersey. The same person that skipped school. That's all we can tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you about the case. But this case is still under investigation, and I'm going to bring you up to date on this case as it continues. But we still don't know whether a court date has been happening because of the virus. All court dates have all been pushed back because of the virus. And until that court date, I'm going to tell you what his punishment should be. And we'll be continuing our investigation to Zoombombing in the weeks ahead and bring you the results on a future Give Me a Break. Sorry about the lighting. It's because of my new room. All right. Alright, next, the stay-at-home order. Alright, next, the stay-at-home order, like I promised you. I mean, last time I did it, it was like 3 minutes till 5, but we're going to tell you about the order when we come back. We have more results! results of this Give Me a Break investigation into Zoombombing. I now saw part of Jack Doherty's video where he posted what we now know. The court date for Zach's is June 1st. And June 1st, he is going to court. That is 2 months away. So in 2 months, we're going to figure out what his punishment should be. Whether he should be expelled from school, suspended from school, we don't know. And that Jack, we don't know if Jack's going to be going to court or not. June 1st. As part of the investigation, there was a FaceTime. You saw Zach's clip. We don't know if he was FaceTiming or calling someone. He was FaceTiming someone. And so we don't know what is going to be happening. Court dates have only been pushed back until June 1st, so 2 months are ahead. 6/1/20. So until that time, we're going to figure out what his punishment should be. Because he's a juvenile. At 17, by Connecticut law, officers cannot talk to minors. So again, Zach got arrested for the computer crime fifth degree, conspiracy to commit computer crime fifth degree, and breach of peace. The court date for this is June 1st. We don't know if Jack or Dom's going to be there, or the third person that was involved in this. Because what we know so far is that Jack gave him the codes to the Madison School District, which led to them shutting down the educational process. And I do got a message for them. But we're peeling potato here. You think we're done with this investigation? You've not heard a single word come out of my damn mouth as an opinion. I am so pissed that they decided to distract the educational process and shut down the educational process. You think I'm being pissed off? Stick around. This investigation ain't over. There is more to this case than meets the eye. We now know. It wasn't Jack who supplied them with the codes. It was actually either Dom Tracy. It was actually either him or Dom Tracy. We don't know until I can get to the case. But unreleased footage. He called the Connecticut Police Department saying about this, and then he's like, "You didn't get a call from detectives." So Jack Doherty was the victim in this case. But the two suspects were remaining are, the three suspects are Zach's, Dom Tracy, and the other YouTuber I can't describe. He did not get a call from the police district. If he did, we would have ruled him out as a suspect. And if we had his up on this case, we would have cracked the case. But I said, I haven't gotten a response from Zach's or Jack. Not unless I call him on Instagram and tell him, "Hey, we're doing an investigation on Zoombombing, and if you can give us any details, that'd be great. Give me the details, that'd be great." But we don't know yet. But he called the police district where Zach's was at, and then they said that they didn't call him. They called Dom Tracy. So in that case, Dom's probably going to be arrested and sent to court on that same date. So we don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to see what happens, and we'll be in result in a breach of Give Me a Break investigation. I've had a lot to say to these two people. Because, as you guys know, I have no filter. It's my show. I do whatever the hell I want. I'll tell you right now. Are you kidding me? Why do you guys think it's okay? Why do you three think it's okay for you to be okay? I'll be back in a moment with final thoughts, or what I call break thoughts. Back in a moment. Before we get into the final thoughts, you should know there's another part to this investigation. We now know that the FBI has called his dad for any other information. April 18th, we're going to figure out what is happening. And until then, wait till April 18th. And on Give Me a Break Monday, we'll bring you the very latest. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. Why do we need... Zoom is the best thing ever for schools to be using, but there are hackers everywhere. They need to understand that it's illegal to give out any information, like any legal information posted on Facebook or something. That's illegal. But no one else knows that. So why can't we just protect it? Well, there are ways to protect it. Like I said, you gotta have a password. You gotta make it private password so that everyone can join in privately. So I think what really needs to happen here is that all school districts need to realize that if they're going to use Zoom, they need to realize that there are hackers out there and bombers that will do anything they can to make views for YouTube. Right under your noses. So for the school districts out there, y'all need to watch your backs, stay alert, make sure that you don't get bombed. If anything should happen, report it to your police department immediately. Find out who they are, write their names down, then report to the police department and say they don't know. If they know, erase it. Put the name in your pocket. Call your police department and say, hey, this kid from YouTube is Zoombombing me, and then they'll find out where he is, yada yada yada, and then charge will be filed. I gotta say to you two, Zax and Dom, if you two are man enough to go Zoombombing in the class, to go Zoombombing in other classes, and distract and shut down the educational process, then I can stand in your face and tell you not to do that again. You can shut down the educational process, but you can't shut down Zoom. You can shut down the educational process, but you can't shut down Zoom, the class that they're using. They had to move on to another classroom meet, and you decided to make a video for your damn viewers. All students out there are trying to get the best education they can, and you're over there trying to get more views and more money. You don't actually care about education. You just want to make videos for your viewers. You don't care about education. All you care about is views at YouTube. That is all you care about. And I would love to see your asses in jail for this shit. Because students out there want to get the best education, and all you're doing is ruining it for them with your distraction. Stop it! You stop that right now. You stop that right now, and if I ever see you do this again, I will see you in jail on the next Give Me a Break. So if you're going to do the right in saying I'm being a boy on you, I don't give a damn. Because I care about education and you guys don't. All you care about is views, 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 and money. That is all you care about. And if you're on my show, I make you two stand up instead of sitting down. Because hackers don't sit on my show. Anyway, that's all for this edition. Give Me a Break Wednesday. We'll see you again for Give Me a Break We'll see you again for Give Me a Break Monday. See you again tomorrow for Give Me a Break Thursday at 3 o'clock. Have a good night.